Hello and welcome back to Sam's Kitchen. We're back again. Today I'm going to teach you a copycat recipe for Dominoes and pizzas, uh, buttery crust pizza. Uh, it's a very soft crust and not very chewy, just melts in the mouth. It's yummy. So we're going to start with 1 kg of white flour over here. It's simple flour, not self-raising, just simple flour. We don't have issues with the gluten or non-gluten over here. It's just simple flour. And I've got 250 milliliter of warm whole cream milk over here, and I've got 150 grams of butter, salted butter here, and I've got 200 milliliter of warm water over here. I've got 1 tablespoon of yeast, fresh yeast over here. I got 2 teaspoons of sugar and a pinch of salt here. And first of all, we're going to culture our yeast. I'm going to pour this mixture into my warm water, and I'm going to give it a quick mix so that the sugar dissolves. Though really, as I told you in my earlier videos, I really don't have to dissolve it because my yeast is always fresh and it dissolves anyways, and it feeds on sugar. It's a bacteria and starts the culture. Make sure when you make confectionery recipes like pizza bases, anything that involves yeast, the temperature around you should be warm and the water which you're using should be warm. It should not be hot. It will kill the bacteria, and your yeast will not culture. So that's it. We mix the solution. We are going to wait here for 5 minutes for this solution to rise, and I'm going to mix everything in this flour over here and make a batter. First of all, I'm going to throw in a couple of pinches of salt here. Don't pour too much salt. As I told you, I'm using salted butter over here that contains salt, and I've used a pinch of salt in my yeast, so don't make it too salty. Besides, the cheese which you'll be using on pizza might be salty, so be careful with the salt. Okay, so just give it a quick mix. You don't have to like sift it, anyways you're going to need it for a long time, so all mixtures will get sifted anyway. We'll wait for the yeast to rise, get it double inside. Once it starts culturing, we'll pour it in and I'll show you how exactly we need. Okay, so we are back here. You can see our yeast has cultured completely and it's double in size. So it's time to pour in all the ingredients. Just make a hole in between. One very important warning: before you knead and make any confectionery item and where you're going to use your hands, I'm using my hands because it's 1 kg of flour, and I'm going to make at least 5 to 6 family size, 70 to 20 inches family size pizzas. I've got a party at home today, friends are coming over, so I need a large quantity of pizzas. So whenever you use your hands for kneading and baking and all that stuff, your hands should be absolutely clean, and the platform, the slab where you're going to knead the dough, roll the dough, that should be absolutely clean and free of bacteria. I cleaned my slab with the hydrogen peroxide solution, so it's absolutely germ free, bacteria free, so I'm quite confident about it. Please do the same and maintain hygiene. So I'm going to pour the entire solution right here in between. Okay, I'm going to pour the glass of milk to here. That was to clean up the sugar. We poured our yeast solution in it, liquid and milk, and I'm going to put the butter right here. See, you don't have to add any water. This is absolutely sufficient. Now work for the hands, buddy. Start from the beginning. Start shaking it a bit like this. Well, you can do it anyways, you just have to knead it. I'm just following the myth. They say that you start from the center and keep rolling in one side, so it will maintain the gluten in the flour. the stretchiness. Anyways, so here we are done. Okay, now we mix up the entire content. This dough will come out to be exactly the copycat recipe, or what you eat in Dominoes and Pizza Hut, what they call the fresh pan pizza with a buttery crust. I didn't receive the recipe from anywhere, since I do confection and I think I'm good at it, so I just figured it out, made it a couple of times, and then one day we ordered fresh pan pizza from Dominoes, and I made my pizza base as well. We made a couple of pizzas and we tasted them, and I didn't find any difference. Seriously, no difference. It was exactly the same. Okay, initially we have to absorb in all the flour in the tub, the bowl here. You don't need extra water. See, the water over here is absolutely sufficient for the entire content of dough. You can make it 500 if you are making personally for the family or something. You can reduce the figures of ingredients and make it in a 500 gram of flour. Entirely up to you. Okay. That's the reason I'm not using a food processor over here. That's a large, it's a very huge quantity here I'm making. Okay, so I'm gonna put this thing on my slab over here, and I need a larger surface area to knead now. But ball was only to hold the contents back. At this point, you don't have to line your slab with the dry flour, the dough sticks. Let it, because once you're done kneading, the stickiness will go away anyways. There you go, see. Okay, just knead it with the tip of your palm over here. This thing should rub the dough. Knead it for at least 10 to 15 minutes, and if you are capable enough, strong arms, you can go up to 20 minutes. I'll show you when you feel you're done. Look at the surface of the dough over here. You got rough surface in here, right? Rough surface everywhere. Once you're done with the kneading, how you get to know that your dough is done? It should be smooth all over. Smooth, just like skating rink ice, smooth. You know, you gotta knead it until then. So keep kneading, bro. Needs a hard work. Sweat it out. Make sure your sweat doesn't drip into your dough. It will make it salty. Just kidding. So we are done with the dough over here. As you can come closer and look, it's smooth, slippery, not sticky. So we're done over here, done with the kneading. I'm gonna flip back in the bowl over here. Okay, and you're gonna cover it with a cloth washed in hot water. Okay, and I'm gonna let it sit for at least half an hour. The weather is quite warm over here. It won't take it even half an hour, maybe 20 minutes max. It will rise up, and once it's completely risen, the yeast is cultured, you can let it sit back, punch it back, knead it once again for at least a couple of minutes, and again let it sit for at least 10 minutes, and then you can make the balls desired size in your pan. Start making the pizza. I'll come back once again, show you the final picture of the dough. So we are done with the pizza pan pizza base over here, fresh pan pizza base. Trust me, try this recipe and you'll come back again. Okay, we get back for the final. So here we are. This is the final stage of the dough. You can see it has doubled 2.5 times in size, and I punched it and I rolled it again, and I let it set for another half an hour, and here it is back again. This is the final texture. See, this is how it goes down, and your dough is done. So I can go ahead with the pizza. I'm gonna make at least 5 big family size pizzas, medium, hand tossed, and I hope you make the dough accordingly. If you like this recipe and you come back with good comments, and do subscribe to my videos. There's a lot more recipes coming in over, and if you have any particular request for a recipe, please do write me that, and I'll get back to you with the recipe. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you so much.